Hi, welcome to my channel. It is Josie here. I'm glad to have you back again, and I would like to say Happy New Year. This is my first video of the new year. It's been a lovely time. I had a good rest with the family. We didn't do so much. We didn't travel. We didn't host anybody. We just had a family Christmas of just the four of us, which has been a first for us. If you know a bit about us, our family is back home in Africa. We always have friends or visit friends for Christmas, but this time we decided to take it a bit slow. It had been quite a busy year for us. Yeah. And if you're here and you're wondering what I talk about on this channel, I post content on sewing related content, pattern reviews, and sew alongs. And if that's something that interests you, please don't leave without subscribing to this channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon for notifications whenever I upload new videos onto this channel. And today's video is about 2009 sewing roundup. Yes, don't be alarmed, it won't be so much. I've only been able to sew, I've been able to sew up 34 items the whole year of 2019. Yeah, it might not seem so much compared to what other people do. I've been in the middle of a lot of things, and this year, 2019 is when I started blogging. Started a blog. I blog at itisjosie.com, and it's where I write things I'm passionate about, which is definitely sewing, aromatherapy, and natural skincare. If that's something that interests you, I'll attach the link to my website at the bottom. And also, it's the same year that I started this YouTube channel, It Is Josie. So I've been here about 7 months, I think 6, give and take 6-7 months, and I'm enjoying the journey so far. I'm enjoying sharing what I'm up to and get inspired by other YouTubers who love sewing just like me. And also another thing is that I've only been actively sewing my clothes for under 3 years. So I might not be as advanced as so many people do, but I'm grateful and happy with the progress I've made, that I shock myself when I look at some items I've made. If I'd looked back at this time, I would never have envisioned myself making my own clothes. And one of the reasons why I got into making my own clothes, it's because I never found really things that fitted my body in the stores. I'm quite petite, so I had to either run between kid sizes, adult clothes. Sometimes didn't fit right, and also there are a few parts of my body that I needed to fit in right. And being an old woman, a mother of 2, I wouldn't want to wear short dresses, because kids' dresses that fitted my size were quite short. So I knew I had to get around to making my own clothes and get my own style. And actually, I feel like sewing my own clothes has liberated me to find my style and what suits me. And I'm glad to share with you what I've been up to in 2019. And I'll group them up into items in regards to dresses, pinafores, how I've made them. And surprisingly, I've not made much for my family. I've mostly made for myself. And let's get along. I know I've rambled on, but let's get along and see what we've been up to. And I could say my first roundup are dresses. Don't mind what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my tablet where I have everything written. But it's not in any order, because if I do that, I think I'll lose track of what I made and when. But from my recordings here, I can tell I've made 3 dresses. That's pinafores. I'm not counting pinafores as dresses, although I get to wear them as dresses. It's a bit confusing. I didn't know where to group them. But I made 5 dresses and 3 pinafores. So let me take you through the dresses I made. And the first dress is the Ogden Cami dress hack, which was my first blog post for Minova. And I'll attach a picture of it here, and whichever picture or pattern I talk about and I have a video, I'll make sure I attach also a link to the video, and also in the description box down, so you can follow along to anything that interests you. And the second dress I made was the Summer Basics dress by Love Notions. I was fortunate to have tested that particular pattern, and I'll also attach the link to, at the bottom, and a picture here. The Love Notion summer dress. I loved the dress, and it's quite versatile, so I know I will still go back to make the same dress, probably into a short version for this year. Then I also made the Deer and Do Magnolia dress. That's the Christmas. That's my previous video. I'll attach a link here, my most recent video, and that was meant to be my Christmas dress. I love the red dress. I love how it gets along. And I made by far my proudest make. That's the Border 6829 dress. I'll attach the picture here. I hope you will agree with me. It's by far my best make at the moment, and I made it for our 10th wedding anniversary. It was such a special make for me because I went out for a weekend for our 10th wedding anniversary with my husband, and I made that. I had to hide myself while I was making it, so I surprised him on the day, and he was pleasantly surprised. And the next one is the canopy dress. It's actually the one I'm wearing right now. It's the canopy dress by Nina Lee Patterns. I can't stand up, you won't be able to see it, but I'll attach a picture of it here. And I made it out of this tropical print fabric. And instead I made it around the ottoman, so it has not had much wear because it entails layering up, but probably I should still wear it. But yeah, I know I'll get most wear out of it in the summer months. It's the Nina Lee canopy dress. It was the second time I was making it, but just the first one for this year. And then I'll move on to Pinafores. I made 2 Ivy Pinafores. Ivy Pinafores by Jennifer Lorraine Handmade. I made 2 of the Pinafores. If you've watched the videos before, I'll attach the link to the Pinafores here. I made one as a wearable twirl and the other was what accompanied the other. But at the back of my mind, I knew I was making 2 Pinafores to wear, so I was happy with them. I'll attach 2 pictures here, either one up or at the bottom. But I made those 2 pinafores, one in a denim and another in a canvas. Then I also made the animal print Camden pinafore by Nina Lee Patterns, which I enjoyed making. I've done a number of pattern reviews on this video of most of these items, so you might be able to access them through the cards up here. Hopefully it won't be overcrowded, but yeah, you'll be able to see. I made the Camden pinafore by Nina Lee Patterns, which I love to wear. I love to wear it in the summer months, in the colder months. And something probably about me, I'm now more intentional when I'm making clothes. I'll prefer making items that I know I'll be able to wear all year round, as opposed to just making that one summer piece that I have to put away and wear again. But most times I deliberately make clothes that I know I can layer up in the colder months or wear, and also wear in the hotter months without any tights. So turtlenecks underneath. And probably for skirts, I made only 2 skirts and just the same pattern, and that was the rosary skirt by Pauline Alice. I made 2 of them. I'll try to attach one here and one here, or both here. I made one in a denim and another one in a suede fabric, and I've worn them a lot. I wore them in the summer months, and I'm also wearing them in the winter months layered up. So probably that shows I need to make a bit more skirts. I don't think I have more skirts ready to wear in my wardrobe because I always struggle to find things that fitted right, so I don't have many of those. And I got around to making, I could say 4 tops, give and take, but I think I would call them 2 tops. I made 3 Ogden camis. I don't know whether that counts as a top because it's a cami, you don't wear it. And yeah, I could call it a top. I made 3 Ogden camis. That was mostly because I was going on a summer holiday to Africa. I was going home with the family, and I made 3 of them, although my man ended up giving away 1, so I stayed with just the 2 of them. And I previously made 2 Ogden camis, so right now I have 4 Ogden camis. And also, for the very first time, I made something out of the Border Style magazines. I've been buying them for, I think, since 2011. However, I never got around or the confidence to sew up with them until this year. So I give myself a pat on the back that I was able to sew a pattern. In all honesty, it was an easy pattern, but I'm hoping to venture into them more because I still buy the patterns. And they've got quite a lot to offer, and they're a good buy because a pattern, the magazine comes to £6, and you've got about a few patterns to choose from. And sometimes you might not win, but most likely you'll have at least that one item or 2 patterns you might want to make. So it's still a bargain. £6 for 2 items is still a steal. Yeah, and that's it for the tops. Then for jumpsuits, yeah, I love jumpsuits, and I think I have one already planned out to make. But we can all accept that jumpsuits are not very friendly when you have to make a bathroom break. So I have to cut down on the many jumpsuits I have to make. And mostly in the colder months, I think I find it taxing to wear because you wear it and you have a jacket or a coat on top. If you must go somewhere, you have to find somewhere to hang your coat before you can pull it down. So probably I might have to reconsider the number of jumpsuits I make. This year alone, I've made 5 jumpsuits. Yes, 5 jumpsuits, and I have another cut out, so I think that should be the last one for now. I made the new look 6446 jumpsuit. I made the jumpsuit version and the romper version, and in all honesty, the romper version was meant to be a toile, which ended up coming out right. So I made the romper, then I also used it to make the jumpsuit, which is culotte style legged, so they are quite in between the legs. They're not fully I didn't make them trousers, I didn't make them long up to the ankle, so they cut into the calf. And I loved that particular one, and it was my entry into Sew Up for Summer, which won a present. So I made those 2 jumpsuits, which I love to wear in the warm months. Then I also made the ZD jumpsuit. I reviewed this pattern. I'll attach a link to this pattern here. I loved it. I consider that particular make as a toile. I didn't make any alterations or any adjustments, hoping to sew up the final piece. I never got around to sewing up the final one, but in all honesty, I might that had a lot of alterations to do. I still love the fit. It helped me know what I need to take out, so I made the adjustments onto the pattern pieces, so whenever I'm ready to tackle that item to sew up the ZD jumpsuit again, I have the pattern pieces ready and altered and adjusted to my feet. And I also made this Ronco jumpsuit, which I loved making. I didn't love making it. It's called for so many alterations, but I love the final outcome, and I have another planned out for this month. I'll probably make it soon enough, a plain one. So I'll also attach a video of my review of that jumpsuit. I seem to have reviewed most of these patterns because I get excited when I make them and I want to share them with everybody in detail. And then my next make, I only made 1 pair of pants, and in all honesty, it was a hack of the Simplicity 8178 jumpsuit pattern. I'll first attach the picture of the jumpsuit here, and then also after I'll show you the pants pattern. I previously made that pattern, hacked it, and with this particular I made a few adjustments, and it was also one of my quick makes for summer when I was going away on holiday. I wanted loose wearing trousers, and that's all I made in pants, so it gets to show that there's a gap there. There's indeed a pants gap in my wardrobe. Apart from the few jeans I have ready to wear jeans, I've not made many pants. And then for the very first time I made a coat, and I made the Octave coat by Love Notions. And if anything, actually I don't know when this video will go up, but I think the sale will have run out. But Love Notions have beautiful patterns, and at the moment they're having a 30% sale of all their patterns. And this was a pattern test. I pattern tested the Octave coat, and when you're pattern testing, you make 2 items of the same make. The first test piece, in all honesty, I could say I made 2 coats, but anyway, the other I don't wear it much out. Didn't have the best of finish. I didn't line it up. I just made it as a test piece in fleece, so I wear it in the house to keep toasty and cozy. And I love this coat. I will still attach a review of the pattern here and a picture. I'll also attach a picture of the pattern. I love making that pattern, that coat, and I've not stopped wearing it, and I'm not about to stop. And I hope this has been an entry into coats making for me. And then I realized I didn't, okay, and also for myself, if I move on to what I made for my family, I also made panties for myself. I recorded a series of 3 videos of sewing panties that fit, and the main reason why I decided to make my panties, I wanted to make panties that fit, that give me full coverage on the bum. And I was struggling to find that in ready to wear, and I knew if I just got any other pattern, they would give me the same. So I made a few using the Binky Pants pattern by Evie Lalouf, which is meant to be a full coverage panty. And I also made some with the self-drafted pattern, which I made using the blueprint class. I'll attach all the details at the bottom, links to all this if you're interested. And I also made a robe for when I was going away for summer using Stop and Steal pattern. I can't quote many of those names, but I made a basic robe. It's an easy one with a strap to wear because Africa is quite warm. Uganda, to be precise, where I visited, which is home, it's quite warm. I needed something lightweight to wear. And also I got around to making a few things for my family members, and probably early in the year, probably it was the first make of the year, I made a Jolie leotard for my daughter for gymnastics. I'll attach, I don't think I'll attach a picture here, but I'll attach the pattern here. I don't think I took a picture of her in the gymnastic costume and she has outgrown it, but I'll attach a picture of the particular of the pattern, and I'm hoping to make one probably this week because she has outgrown the other and she has her classes over the weekend. And I also got around to making her caddies. That's the green point cardigan by Hey June Handmade. I made three cardigans for her, and mostly why I made them, I wanted to make her cardigans for school in sweatshirting, because I realized the ones I buy from the store are made out of fine sweater knit, which are quite thin, and when the weather gets quite cold I feel like she needs more coverage. I'm a tropical girl, so I've turned the kids into tropical kids. They need to have more coverage than any other person. So I got sweatshirting and I was happy with how the pattern came along. It's an easy one. It's a kid's pattern that runs, I think, up to 10 years. I never reviewed it anywhere, but I will attach pictures of her wearing. I made 2 caddies in the navy blue for school, and then I made one out of some leftover fabric that I had. And the beauty of sewing for young kids, you get to use up all your leftover scrap to make a complete outfit for them. So I made 3 caddies. I will attach a picture of her in the caddies here. And also I made the Jolie Nicole Raglan tee, that's number 3669. I made 4 of them. I made 1 for my husband, 2 for my son, and 1 for my daughter. And I could say that's the only thing I made for my husband this year. I think I could say I'm still a good wife, but probably this year there might be, did I say made this year? No, made for him last year. Probably this year might be better and make him something more. Let me see how I get along with that. But I could say that's a roundup of all that I was able to make this year, and I'm so happy with myself knowing that I have just under 3 years of sewing under my sleeve. Honestly, I knew what to do with the sewing machine for the longest time I can think of, but I never got around. I always made cushion covers, repaired clothes. I never got around into active dressmaking until under 3 years ago, and I'm so proud of myself. I'll touch all the links of what I've discussed, and my next video will be on what I plan to sew up next year, my sewing goals and plans, and hope you'll join me. Until next time, see you again. Thanks for watching. Thank you for sitting through this video. I know it's been a lengthy one, but thank you for watching. Until next time, bye bye.